Welcome back, YTPC. Saturday edition of Mark smoking his pipe. Hope everyone's weekend is going well thus far. So, didn't really know what I would get for reactions from my rant yesterday. As I stated, I can only stay quiet for so long on this channel when it comes to our society, where it's going, where it's heading. But this is a pipe channel, so I will start off by little housekeeping, smoking my 7L520 Romo in it. McBaron Burley London blend. Probably the blend that goes best with coffee of any. I'm sure I'll get a lot of people who say completely full of shit, but it's really good. It has like a cocoa coffee type of, I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway. So if you have not watched yesterday's video, this video won't make, as much sense as to those who did. Those who listened to my message yesterday. Before getting into, responses and things like that, I would like to give a shout out to a individual who commented on my video, Pork Chop Piper. If you haven't checked out his channel, check it out. He is a veteran who, by all reasons, is proud of his service, which all veterans should be. That's something I didn't mention in my video yesterday, but I've mentioned in the past. I always want to thank all military members, whether they're serving or have served. I appreciate you all. My son right now currently is a staff sergeant in the Army, which those of you who follow my channel would probably know that. They live down in Hinesville, Georgia. Very proud of him and all his accomplishments thus far. How that ties into what I said yesterday, I'm not quite sure, but Pork Chop, he commented he liked the video, and then he asked me about my previous service, like if I was in the military. And there was a little confusion there from my end. Not quite sure. Either he hasn't watched my channel much. He would know I was never in the military, but he would also know that I appreciate everyone who had served in the military. At a young age, I started having kids at a very young age, so I joined the private sector workforce, and worked in manufacturing for almost 30 years. Still working in that field, as a matter of fact. I'm not quite sure, because I did a little bit of a shout out to Team Freedom. If, does that mean that, only ex-military members belong to Team Freedom or should belong to Team Freedom? I'm not quite sure why the question was asked or what direction it was, but he can, I made a comment to that. He can answer back, or he can do a VR if he wants, whatever. Yes, I was criticizing. I stated in the video yesterday that, in my opinion, the United States isn't the greatest country in the world anymore. Now, that is not a knock on our military. That is not a knock on the citizenry of the United States. I made it pretty clear in the video where my concerns are, okay? But I think, to his defense, I think a lot of our ex-military, they don't like to hear criticism of anything about the United States, and that's fine. I would probably be the same way if I served, for even a, one tour or whatever, whether I was in there for a short time or a long time. But my video in no way was criticizing those who served in our military. I would never do that. That's not how I feel. And I'm not going to go into the subject even deeper than what I did yesterday. But I felt I may have offended, a veteran, and that is not okay with me. There's nobody I respect more than our vets, our military. At least our soldiers, our troops that, some of the upper administrative that run our military, I cannot say the same, especially as of late. If you haven't noticed what has been happening to our military the last 4 to 5 years, you're not paying attention, because it has gone completely woke. And I know this as a fact because I talked to my son, okay, who was a staff sergeant. He is not happy in the direction that the military has gone. And he's not going to lie to me, all the things he tells me. So, it's unfortunate, but it's just like everything else that I talked about yesterday. So again, check out Pork Chop Piper's channel. I'm sure he'll throw a comment back and, let me know why he asked. He's curious. Maybe he was just curious if I served in the military. Maybe that's all it was. If that's the case, I answered his question for him. I didn't. But I mean, everybody should have an opinion, okay? Whether you served, whether you didn't, however you... But yeah, I was worried that maybe he took the message the wrong way, that I'm just a complete... Because I was hitting points about just basically how those running the show right now is the military-industrial complex, as well as Big Pharma. All those corporations that contribute to those, they control pretty much everything right now. We absolutely need a military. We always will need a military. But when it's being used for evil forces, and what can you do? All you can do is talk about it. All you can do is bring it up. You know, like I said, there's many who believe that whatever is going on in Ukraine is like a just, a just cause. Not coming. That's not my opinion on it whatsoever. I'm not going to get, you know, in the weeds with it, but it is what it is. Anyway, wanted to get that message out today, and it's out. So we're heading to the brother-in-law's today for a cookout. Looking forward to that. Went to a minor league baseball game last night with all of them. That was a good time. It's a fairly new park. I think it was built maybe 3 years ago. Beautiful little park in Beloit, Wisconsin. And yeah, we had a good time. I'll definitely go back. We only live about 10 miles away, maybe a little farther than that. But yeah, never been there, never even knew it was there. The chipmunks are out this morning. Not quite making their way over to me yet. This McBaron Burley London blend. I haven't talked about it a whole lot. And if you haven't tried it, you really should try it. I would say I haven't smoked Carter Hall. I've only smoked Carter Hall a couple times since I've been smoking a pipe. But I do, for whatever reason, I do have a decent recollection of it. And when I smoked it, I was new into the hobby. Wasn't much into Burleys yet at all. Just strictly smoking aromatics. But I'd say this is it's not a comparison to Carter Hall, but it's a much improved version to it, I guess. Just the cocoa, yeah, if you like cocoa, you like chocolate, you would love this blend. I've smoked other blends that are literally chocolate blends, aromatics, what have you, that don't hold a candle to this. This stuff is really, really good. And it went out. So anyway, again, I hope everyone's having an amazing Saturday. Check out Pork Chop Piper's channel. And I appreciate your service there, along with the rest of the military, any military members, ex-military members that belong to this channel or come and watch my videos. I don't appreciate anybody more than I appreciate all of you. I hope everyone has a great Saturday. Till next time, keep them lit.